If you have been training for longer than a year or two and feel like you should be bigger than you are, then this video is for you. The title is not to be condescending, and everything in this video is not to be condescending. I really think you're going to enjoy the content of this video. Now, we can talk all day about the best exercises to pinpoint and toast your lats, and that stuff's great, it's important, and mine are toasted today from yesterday's session. We could speak about the best carbohydrates that digest well for you, and that stuff is nice and it's important, but honestly, if we do not fix the main mindset of general population and human beings, all that stuff ends up being void anyway. And honestly, these level of topics are so much more interesting for me to deliver back to you, and honestly, I think for you to digest as well. I don't think what I'm going to speak about has been presented to you in the way that I'm going to do it today, which is going to be quite exciting because let's be honest, we've heard about mindset training and discipline and all this sort of stuff and like David Goggins' discipline and all that nice things, but like that's what everyday people know. So if everyday people know that, we're going to get everyday fucking results. What I'm going to tell you is going to be slightly a little bit unorthodox, and I've obviously not come up with this myself. I mean, let's be honest, I came out the womb as a fresh blank canvas. Everything I know is something I've learned from the universe, the world, and other people, and I'm going to synthesize it in a way that I would have liked to have digested it a few years ago. So this is going to be an exciting video. If you watch the last video and you watch the self-image part of the first of that video, you're going to enjoy the content of this video. If you really just don't care about this, then honestly, enjoy spinning your wheels for the next couple of years and wondering why you're not making any progress. Because there is, honestly, there is one single great reason as to why people don't make progress in the gym. I've lived and breathed it. I wish I could look at my younger self, shake him, tell him to stop being retarded, and to just do what I'm going to tell him in this video. So enjoy, get ready to be hopefully wowed. If you are wowed, subscribe. If you're not, leave me some hate because I should up my game, because you deserve the best. And why should you listen to me in the first place? Well, these are the results I can get people, so at least there's some credibility behind me, and this is the shape I'm currently looking in versus where I was. This was taken yesterday, and I think it's important that at the start of each video, if you're a returning viewer of the channel, thank you for coming back, but you'll notice I keep putting this image up, I keep putting myself up, because honestly, you deserve to know that who you're listening to has some credibility, has some proof behind what they're talking about. And they're not just going to give you sucky fluff, because your time is precious and you shouldn't have to just listen to me waffle shit if I can't back it up with real world results. So that's why I show this, not to just show and look at me. Like that's not what it's about. It's just proof. So my promise to you, that by the end of this video, the single greatest reason why people don't make progress in the gym will be revealed to you. And also that it goes for life as well. Like, if you fix this, it will transfer into other areas of your life. You'll then understand it, know how not to do it, and also what to do to bypass this big issue. If you're not already subscribed, subscribe right now. We're getting ever closer towards the 1,000 mark. Really do appreciate the love and support from you all in the comments and the subscribers. So honestly, thank you. If you're not already, join the fucking team and get ready to be educated. So, we will roll into the main reason why people struggle to get in shape. So, and I'm going to draw it out for you. So this is you now trying to get to the goal, or this is you now with the idea of the goal that you want to get to. And this is the goal that it is you want to achieve. Now, let's just zoom out for a second. Let's imagine that you are a Tesla robo-taxi. They're not out yet. They might come out. That's up for fucking debate. But let's just use the analogy. A Tesla robotaxi is essentially a robot on wheels that where you plug it into a destination, it will go to the destination, aka the goal. Now, obviously, it will go there in the most efficient manner, which means a Tesla vehicle going from A to B will go in, oh fuck, my thumbs come off, one straight line to the goal, pretty much, okay? Which means it will go there and it will not get distracted. It will not drive down the motorway and see a different car going faster and then try and compete with it. It will not see a service station and think, Mackey's, let's go and eat something. It will not see nice scenery to the top right-hand corner, oh, let's detour off and whittle our way through there. It will just know where it needs to go, point A to point B, with no distractions, and it will get you straight to the destination. Simple, right? You can almost guarantee that it would just get you to the destination. The same with an Excel formula. You put the details in, You put the formula in, you press enter, it will spit out the result. It won't think about its feelings. It won't think about doing this and doing that and impressing this person. No, you just put that in, it will spit it out. Simple. A to B, result. Now, when human beings try and get in shape, this is what happens. So you realise you want to get in shape through hopefully for some good reason, or you're in some sort of pain. And what you will do is you will find someone online that will give you a program, at best, or you'll just go in the gym and like move some shit around. But let's say you've been going 6 months and you now decide, I'm going to follow a program at the very least. Okay, so you follow a program. Good start. But then as you are 2 weeks into this program, you see some guy in the gym that has bigger traps than you, and you aren't actually training any traps within your program. So what do? You add in traps. Okay, cool. Now you're also diet, like you've got your diet, you've mapped that out, and then you realize you should be eating this, but then someone tells you carbs are bad, they make you sleepy, give you brain fog. Oh, okay, well then I'll change my diet here. And then you then see me doing some weird bicep exercise, so you then put that in here. And then you see your friends that are telling you, let's go on this holiday next week, and you're not going to be able to train. And then the girl you're speaking to wants to go out for drinks here. And then back on it now, here. And then, not really a fan of Jeff Nippard's strength block program now. I'm going to follow just Mike Thurston's bodybuilding split here. And well, I don't just want to be like a bodybuilder. I want to be quite functional. Oh, high rocks is in now. Let's go and do some high rocks as well. And then yeah. And what about martial arts? Martial arts are quite cool. Yeah, let's do some martial arts. And but the thing is with martial arts, like, I find myself getting a bit tired, so I'm not going to do martial arts. I'm just going to stick to my training. And before you know it, you've just done this all around. And this is most people's fucking brains. Most people's brains look like this. And this is them trying to make progress. And like, let's be kind and say with longer time, this will keep happening. Bear in mind, this is one road. This is one fucking road to get to the goal. This is quite a big fucking road now. And this is them. And eventually you might get there, but you probably run out of years and you're old by the time you get there. And this is most people trying to get in shape. Because your brain will see a new shiny object and decide to go and fucking follow it. This morning, the first thing I do is make a YouTube video. You'll notice every day I've posted a YouTube video. The first thing I do is I plan what I'm going to do, and I will then script it and then deliver it to you. Now, even now, bearing in mind there's over 100, I've done this over 100 times, my brain will still try and give me some resistance. My brain will still try and test me and go, just check WhatsApp, there might be a client that really needs you to respond right this second. Or just check Instagram, see if there's any messages, because, you know, there might be someone that wants to start coaching. No. The amount of times I get that resistance to not do the specific task that they needed to get done is, honestly, even I get it now, and I've eliminated a lot of bullshit. So heaven forbid what your average person then receives. So the issue is that most people just get shiny object syndrome. They'll start on a program, they'll follow it for a little bit, but then they'll see something else and switch to something else. So the gain they made within that short period of time is then set back to zero because they're doing something random and something different. Now, let me tell you, in the gym, if you start a new program with new exercises, you will see fast progress on those exercises for a good 2 to 3 weeks. Why? It's not that you're getting stronger and stronger. It's that you didn't start at your absolute pinnacle of effort towards that exercise. So you will continue to get stronger week on week until you hit the point where there's the resistance. There's the point you actually should be training at to then make progress. And it's from then on, that's where the progress comes. So if you start something new and you skyrocket up in the first 3 weeks, you've not made new muscle. You just got used to the actual exercise, moving your body in that way with that certain specific of load. The problem is, people do that for 3 weeks, then they'll change to something else. And when they change to something else, they reset that progress, never get near where they needed to then start making real progress, change the exercise, rinse and repeat. And it's probably weird. You probably think, I'm always getting stronger, but I don't seem to change. That is honestly the biggest reason why. The single greatest thing that you can do to make sure you get in shape is to not change your fucking workout routine every 2 to 3 weeks. Honestly, it's to put a plan in place, stick to it for 12 weeks and put a deload week in. I'm not telling you to just stick to this plan forever. I'm not telling you to never put a deload week in. But what I am saying is structure it out. I'm saying pick one thing and stick to it. Even if it's slightly wrong. In the grand scheme of things, I know I give you the best exercises to do, or exercises I think are better than others. Even if you pick the one that wasn't as good, but you stuck to it, that exercise for 12 weeks, you would make more gains than the person that's picked the best exercise, ran it for 4 weeks, and choppers changed it for something else. The single greatest skill you can develop is your ability to pick a goal and stick to it over the long term. That is honestly, like, never mind the right protein to eat, never mind the right training split, never mind the right amount of sleep. If you can do that, it doesn't matter how suboptimal everything else is, you will still get to the goal, and most importantly, you will still get better results than 90% of people. This will happen a lot of the times in your own personal growth. It'll be, I'm into meditation, and I'm into journaling, and I'm into like fucking morning sunlight, and now it's walking, and now it's all this, and all that good stuff's nice, but honestly, you just end up spinning your wheels, like doing like bullshit that's not really going to help you. So that is the single greatest reason why people don't get in shape. Why does this happen? Well, to be honest, this happens because majority of people, they don't first of all set a goal. But I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt to understand that you did set a goal. So let's say you did set a goal. You do have some form of a North Star. The problem is, everyone sets fucking goals. I mean, let's say 50% don't, 50% do. It sounds quite common. Yeah, goal setting, smart goals. None of that. We don't do smart goals here. That's for gay corporate shit. So when you have a goal, you need to understand, why do you even want that in the first place? Because if that why is not strong enough to bear boredom, to bear repetitiveness, to bear suffering, to bear your ability to say no to something, you will not stick it out. Because there will be something that's more appealing and more exciting. And whether you like to admit it or not, human beings, we just like something that's more exciting and more stimulating. That's why the majority of people, their fucking dopamine receptors are fried on a daily basis. So when you ask someone to be bored, it is nigh on impossible. They would rather cut their arm off than be bored. Because at least it'd be exciting seeing blood spurting everywhere. That's the modern day person. And you can say it's sad, but fuck it, it's just the way technology's gone. We can cry about it or we can navigate around it. So your why needs to be strong. Now, we can do this right now. You want to get to a certain shape. Okay, that's your goal. Why do you want that? And you will answer to me something like, well, it looks better. Cool, but why do you want to look better? Oh, well, it will make me feel better. Yeah, but why do you want to feel better? Like, do you not feel good at now? And you'll be like, yeah, but when I feel better, I'll be able to maybe level up the social circle I'm in. Well, why do you want that? Well, if I'm in a better social circle, I'll be able to grow in other areas. I'll be able to be happier and meet more people and get a better job and get a better partner. Okay, cool. So now we're getting something. Why do you want all those things? Well, to be honest, I've never really had those when I was growing up. So if I could have them now, it would really make me feel content and fulfilled within my life. Okay, cool, now we're getting somewhere as well. And we just bottle it all the way down to why you really want this, and that needs to be at the forefront of your mind. Now, conveniently for me, why I want this also, it goes in with my work. With my work goes into being able to provide for my family, for myself, to provide value actually to the world and like help men get in better shape, because it's our fucking birthright to look like fucking animals. Of course it is. So if I can help the future of man do that, honestly, that makes me sleep really nicely at night. When I get to post these results of the before and afters, I sleep really fucking content that night, knowing that person is happy, that person is in better shape, just because of some effort and some words I said to them, and now they're in a better place. That's enough for me. That's a strong why. So conveniently, my goal of getting in shape obviously helps the brand of my proof of work that I can then give the knowledge back. So the why is so deep for me. So it's easy and it's almost ingrained. But let's say you've got the goal, you've got the why now. Brilliant. What this is then going to give you is clarity. What you don't have here is fucking clarity. What you have is a mess. what you have is so much shit inside your brain. And this will happen in all areas of your life. This will happen in your professional career. You'll think, well, shall I do this job? And, but this one will get me more status. And, but this one will make me more money faster. but this one is actually more fulfilling than what I would want to do. And this is why so many people just flick around from shit to shit. Honest, and the same will go for relationships. They'll be like, oh yeah, this girl's nice, and but there's this girl over here. And honestly, if people do this in all areas of their life, it's not just fitness. And that's why people stay, the majority of people, and obviously that this is the case, the majority of people stay average across the majority of things in life. There's only a few superhumans at the top, the rest of us fucking peasants here at the bottom slaving away. I'm not saying I'm above you in this, I'm giving you the way I perceive it. You might be wrong. You don't always have to agree with me, but that's just the way I see it. So what we need is clarity. Because when something is clear, you will stick to it. You will do it. And fuck me, you're going to need clarity to get through the suffering. To get in good shape, you have to suffer. If you need to diet down, from here to here, you need to suffer. It's not going to feel nice. In fact, the worse you feel, the better you're going to look. So you do need to understand this suffering. The same with gaining. You have to be a little bit uncomfortable, or maybe a lot uncomfortable, eating more food than you realistically want to. You have to go in the gym and think, oh, for fuck's sake, last time I did this, I need to beat it, this is new, so it means I'm going to have to suffer in a fresh way to get that extra rep, that extra bit of stimulus, the extra bit of growth to get the extra gain. And that happens session after session after session. Fuck me, and it takes its wear and tear on you, of course it does. But you need to have that simple clarity to allow you to suffer, because if you don't have the simple clarity to allow you to suffer, what will happen? You will flick around through here and find the new shiny thing and thinking new is better. When the answer is new is not better. New is the last thing you exercise. Realistically, you've got do the exercise better, do the program better. Once you're doing that, you can do more of it. And then if you've exercised both those things and not seen results, fine. Find something new, because what you're doing is obviously retarded. But just exercise more, then exercise better, then more, then new, in that order, not the other way around. People go straight for new because they're fucking motherfuckers. So we need clarity. We need to be able to go from A to B, because then we will suffer for it, because it's simple. So honestly, I said this in the last video, just take shit out of your life. Stop adding in more, take away stuff. Because the moment you can take stuff out of your life, your brain goes from looking like this to a nice, simple box, A to B, like no bullshit in between. No dead weight, no extra stress, no extra fucking cortisol running through your veins, because it's a lot more simple. But when you have clarity, you can focus, because it's simple. It's the Tesla car going from point A to point B. It has clarity, it focuses on going to the goal, it doesn't get distracted by anyone else. You need that within your fitness journey this year. If you set one goal that you understand why you really want it versus, because otherwise, like, think of everything you might want this year in all the different domains of fitness, weigh up why you would want each one of them, and whichever one has the highest bar on the graph, do that one, because that one is cemented to you that will have the greatest return to you. I'm not telling you have to be a gym bodybuilder, because you might get there and be like, well, I'm just a stiff, big bodybuilder. And I'm not a bodybuilder, by the way, but I'm just using the term bodybuilding, building your body as the phrase. But just picture, what do you want? Why do you want it? And then you'll know, right, this has the greatest return for me. Like, for me, I'm not saying I wouldn't do martial arts on my cardio days. It's fun to do, but I will not let that get in the way of my overall building of muscle this year. I will not let the fatigue of that session cross over into chest and back day, meaning I could get that extra rep on the dumbbell press, meaning I could get that extra bit of gain on my chest. That will not happen, because the clarity is there. But most people, obviously, they fucking fluctuate from everything. So get clarity. Once you have clarity, you can focus. You can focus going from A to B, and then you will be able to tick off the daily non-negotiables. Because when you have these three things, and you've been doing this 4 weeks, it will be very simple. And even then, when it gets even more simple, you'd be like, well, maybe I should be putting something else in and stretching, and what else can I be doing to assist in this goal? No. Stick to the basics and you will get there. It's the ability to endure repetitive periods. Repetitiveness is basically boring, let's be honest. But you need to be able to endure repetitive periods to get to the goal. Most achievements you want are stacked on top of boring, day in, day out, like, results. They are. Like, for me to get to where I want to this year, I just need to make a YouTube video every day. It sounds like, it's honestly, it's really simple, and it would get really boring if you didn't have a greater why behind why you want to get there. But for me, I don't mind it. It's simple. I like simple. I like clear. The same would go for your diet. Don't make fancy fucking meals. Make meals that have 3 or 4 ingredients. It means your shopping list is going to be shorter. It means making it, prepping it's going to be simpler, and you're more likely to stick to it. You don't need fancy things to help you get to a goal. You just need simple. When you have simple, you have clarity. And you're going to need to be able to say no to things. If you have focus on something, you will be able to say no to things 100%. It's the Tesla car driving down towards the destination, and someone goes, shall we go to Mackey's? No, we're going to the destination. It's that simple, because that's where you said we're going to go to. So you just need to have your ability to say no. That will come from your why, endure repetitive periods, and obviously the ability to suffer. The why has to be worth the ability to suffer, otherwise you just won't endure it. The last thing I wanted to show you was how most people try to achieve goals and how, like, smart people try to achieve goals. So at the start of the year, people will set a fair few goals to try and achieve to the end of the year. And they think setting more it makes them a better person, but it doesn't. It actually just spreads them thin. You only have a certain amount of energy within a given day. So if you're spreading all your goals thin, you'll think, I can move these lines up slowly. But honestly, you can't. And the reason why is the mental bandwidth to go from improving one goal to the next, or to stop doing one task to then get ready and start doing the next. Honestly, that time in between is just not accounted for. People don't account for it. So it means that they just never make enough progress to skyrocket past to the level that they actually wanted to. So for me, my main goal this year is to get 50 transformations on my Instagram page. That's my only goal. Like, everything else will fall in as a byproduct of that. Now, one thing I will say is you can have a singular business goal or like career goal. You should never sacrifice your fitness, so you can have a goal in that, and then generally they go hand in hand. Because if you only focus on work but stop doing fitness, weirdly enough, it would actually affect your work, because when you look in the mirror, you just feel a bit shitter about yourself, because you feel just 10% shitter about yourself. Performance here would dip. So, and I could go on with this, but that's the bottom line up front. Whether it's the polar opposite. If you do train and you feel a little bit better about yourself, you're going to work that a little bit harder. Plus, human beings, we need to move our bodies like on a daily basis. So you have my blessing to do some fitness every day, which means you can still do fitness and work. In my opinion, if you structure it correctly, you'll be fine. But what I would do is set 3 fitness goals, 2 business goals, 1 relationship goal, 1 fucking spirituality goal. Honestly, I've just got 1 goal, 50 results. Now, me training and getting bigger conveniently comes into that, because if I am in better shape, I will be taken more seriously. Obviously, because it's just proof of I'm doing what I can do, and that's absolutely right. And people should judge how I look before they can decide to invest in me. Obviously, I've got the proof of other people, but also the proof of how I'm doing it myself. Am I actually walking the walk, or am I just like talking about the walk? So that's important for me. But that's the only focus. So nothing else matters to me. Now, as a byproduct of that, I get the results. I can post on my Instagram page. I can talk about them on YouTube, and all I'm really doing is just talking about the things I've done with my people, and I'm documenting it. I could journal all this so I never forget it, but I'm just going to put it on the internet, and then some people can get value from it, and then obviously conveniently that will build more people booking a call, which if you want to do, feel free, the link's in the description, and then they come and join my coaching program, and it all feeds into itself. But the only goal is 50 results. That's my only goal this year. There are other strands that will come off the back of it, but that's my only goal. That will bring me the greatest amount of happiness, like increase my income to the point it's the highest it's ever been. And I'm not trying to focus on loads of random goals. This is what people do, and this is why they never make that much progress. I didn't come up with this analogy myself. Where I learned it from, it really makes sense. It's just that very successful people just stuck to one thing only, and got very good at that thing. Which, realistically, you may as well do. People say be a jack of all trades, but then you just average at everything. Like, I would... And you don't have to follow this last section of the video, but I would rather just be very good at one thing, known for that thing. That's the thing I put into the world, because most likely it's the thing I'm passionate about and I'm good at. So I would just rather get really good at that than try to spread myself thin across a load of random areas that I'm just not that good at. So I would honestly ask you, just what is your main goal? Stick to that, put everything into that goal and just make it fucking happen. And again, it goes back to having the why, the clarity and the focus, not listening to your fucking that monkey on our shoulder that tells us to do stupid shit, because this is what progress looks like. And the sad thing is, all of this takes effort. All of that's a lot of effort that's gone in there. A lot of effort. If I pulled that line and straightened it out, that would go over the goal maybe 40 times or something? I don't know, I'm just guessing. But the point I'm making is, you're going to put so much more effort than you need to get to the goal, and you're going to be nowhere near it. That is fucking purgatory right there. So I hope you found this video useful. I hope you found it different, something to understand. My promise to you was that you will know the single greatest reason why people don't make progress at the gym. And the answer is they just change shit too fast before they see results. Because remember, you want to make progressive overload. You can't make progressive overload on something that you keep changing, because you can't progress something that's constantly moving. You need to stick to one thing, progress it, track it, work out where you can improve it and continue to do so. So that was my promise to you. It also crosses over into life. If you're not already, subscribe and follow me on Instagram, and I'll see you tomorrow.